Well, prominent leaders from various Sufi shrines met with Union Minister for Minority Affairs Kiren Rijiju to discuss the development of the proposed Sufi Corridor, which will start at Ajmer Sharif, the shrine of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishty, one of the most revered Sufi saints in the Indian subcontinent. The delegation discussed their commitment to the holistic development of India's diverse Muslim community, focusing on initiatives in education, healthcare, and skill development to improve living standards and promote socio-economic progress. During the meeting, Haji Sayyid Salman Chishty presented Rijiju with the holy Tabarrukat and performed Dastarbandi as a gesture of respect and goodwill from Ajmer Sharif. Rijiju was also gifted an original canvas Sufi artwork titled Whirling Dervishes, symbolizing the deep spiritual connection and artistic heritage of Sufism in India. All right, we are currently joined by Haji Sayyid Salman Chishty, who is the chairman of the Chishty Foundation. Appreciate you joining us once again. And, of course, we are all looking forward to the Sufi Corridor project. What can you tell us about this meeting you had with the Union Minority Affairs Minister, Mr. Kiren Rijiju?
Yes, as we are also looking forward towards the realization of the noble intentions and the noble vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, because this initiation, the talks were initiated in this year, the month of January, when we were invited to receive the blessed Chadar, the Ghilaf Mubarak, on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister Sahab at the annual Urs of Hazrat Khwaja Moinuddin Chishty Gharib Nawaz, 812th annual Urs. So it's a yearly ceremony where the Honorable Prime Minister sent a Ghilaf Mubarak to be presented at the Dargah Ajmer Sharif to mark the annual Urs Mubarak. And at the same time, a letter of peace is being sent to the Dargah, which was handed over to us, and we read out that letter in front of lakhs and lakhs of devotees on the days of the Urs on behalf of the Honorable Prime Ministers Shri Narendra Modi ji and the entire 1.4 billion Indians, cherishing, celebrating the unity in diversity. It was in that meeting at the Prime Minister's residence that when we were together with our Sufi delegation, that the vision of Honorable Prime Minister was that about developing a world-class Sufi corridor across India from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, connecting the most prominent dargahs of India, starting from Ajmer Sharif. As Ajmer Sharif, the 11th century Sufi center of peace, unity and harmony, is the blessed seat of the Chishti Sufi order in entire South Asia. So the intention and the noble vision of Honorable Prime Minister was to have the world-class facilities at the most prominent dargahs across India. Dargah Ajmer Sharif to Hazrat Baba Tajuddin Auliya Dargah in Nagpur, to Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya Dargah in New Delhi, and similarly the dargahs in Kashmir to different states in India. So this is a very noble vision, which we had recently, a couple of days back when we were in Delhi. We discussed this and initiated dialogue with the Honorable Minister Shri Kiren Rijiju ji at his residence, and it was very fruitful meeting. The whole delegation, the entire delegation was very happy to have this exchange and also to share this vision with Honorable Minister, where he extended all support and he himself insisted that the world-class facilities should be around the prominent dargahs of India, so that people not only from India but around the world, when they visit India, this should be on their list of visiting and seeking the spiritual solace. And that was indeed the realization of the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, when he says that when the world talks about Sufism or spiritual tourism destination, India should be the #1 destination. It is in that line that the Sufi Corridor aims to be developed with global world-class facilities and amenities.
All right, what can be expected from the Sufi Corridor? How grand will it be, and which are the dargahs that will be connected? Do you have a timeline that is going to be followed?
It is in the initial stages of discussions and also sharing of thoughts and ideas and proposals, right from PMO to Honorable Minister's office. The proposal that we have initiated and we have talked about is obviously developing the world-class facilities for healthcare, for facilitation of the pilgrims, devotees coming from different parts of India. When we talk about Ajmer Sharif, so it is about developing the infrastructure, developing the amenities, developing all the facilities that are existing as of now on a global scale, and upscaling the initiatives. As of today, in Dargah Ajmer Sharif, we get about, let's say, 50 to 60,000 devotees and seekers on an average day. When it comes to Thursday, Fridays, or any special days or occasion of prayers, it easily reaches about 100,000 to 150,000 seekers a day. And during the Urs Mubarak of the Dargah Ajmer Sharif, we received close to 1 million seekers in about 6 days. So huge number of footfall is already there. It's the need is to upgrade, upscale, and develop the facilities like more trains or advanced airports to receive more flights, as well as connectivity, better connectivity, and better places for staying, upgrade hotels, infrastructures, and also the facility that is provided to visitors and seekers from India and even from outside India. So these are the amenities and facilities that were discussed, which should be developed in the world-class project, so that we have all those amenities to welcome the seekers from different parts of the world to India.
And are there any specific plans in place to celebrate Sufi legends like Amir Khusro or Nizamuddin Aulia?
Yes, absolutely, because these are the blessed Sufi shrines, and the annual gatherings are already being celebrated and cherished from centuries. As I said, that 812-year Urs of Khwaja Garib Nawaz has been celebrated here. Also same in Nizamuddin Aulia and Hazrat Amir Khusro, there are so many festivals who have been dedicated to the Sufi poetry and Sufi teachings, as well as because the teachings of the Sufis has always been inclusive. When we talk about the teachings of Khwaja Garib Nawaz, Moinuddin Chishty Garib Nawaz, he says that if you want to be close to the Creator, develop the 3 attributes of nature into your being: sun like grace, river like generosity, and earth like hospitality. And that is why the langars that has been served inside all the dargahs across India, and especially Ajmer Sharif, are pure vegetarian langar, so that people from all faith can come together, eat the langar, and also serve the langar. So these are the initiatives that have been happening already into different dargahs across India. At the same time, it's the contribution of the dargahs towards the annual GDP that also should be highlighted, as there is so much of langar that is distributed. So it is also the centers where hunger is being addressed, the issues of hunger, issues of even de-radicalization. So when with the Sufi teachings is for the moderation and path of moderation. So when we look at that, I think that is a very positive impact that can be generated, and a message across India and around the world can be given through this Sufi corridor, with the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, and of course with the meeting of Honorable Minister Shri Kiren Rijiju. This was discussed extensively, and we look forward to have this continued dialogue so that we can initiate this practicality of this noble Sufi corridor project.
And according to you, how important is this revival of Sufism in India?
Absolutely, very essential and very important. Just recently, I was invited last week I was invited to a very important conference in New Delhi. It was organized by Global Counterterrorism Council as well as European Union, and there was participants from all over Europe as well as South Asia. And it was also supported by Ministry of External Affairs. This whole conference was about countering online radicalization and terrorism, and the content that is coming in, how we can. So in my speech, I reiterate that India's position, that how the spiritual centers, the dargahs, have been instrumental in the process of de-radicalization, and any such ideas of extremism is naturally cut down to its lowest and completely neutralized by the teaching of the Sufis. That's why India, being despite the second largest Muslim populated country in the world, and we are celebrating, cherishing the unity and diversity, and always being together with the progress of the nation. So it's a clear example to the world that if we are amplifying the teachings of the Sufis and the saints, it will all lead to integration and harmony among the diverse society. Recently, also in January, on the 26th of January at India's Republic Day, when the chief guest, the French President Emmanuel Macron sahab, was in New Delhi, just on the day when he was leaving, he paid a visit to the Dargah of Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya, and that was a big message that our Honorable Foreign Minister Janab Jaishankar Shahab has accompanied, and almost an hour he spent inside the Dargah of Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya. We saw the visual that he was sitting on the floor with the Qawwali, clapping his hand, and those were very unique visuals for entire Europe. So it was a very, very positive message that was sent from India to the world, especially European Union, that a French president is at a Sufi center, at a Dargah, listening to the Sufi music, which is totally antidote to the radicals and the extremists. So these are very unique images that really changed the perception across Europe about the tradition of the Sufis and the importance of amplifying the Sufi voices. And I think Sufi Corridor would certainly amplify the Sufi voices of India around the world.
And do you see the celebration of Sufism as a message of unity in India that will be sent to the entire world?
And absolutely, that is what we have been born and brought up with. This is what we have been sharing in last 15 years from Ajmer Sharif, India. I have represented the message of unity and diversity and the message of Ajmer Dargah Sharif, which is love towards all and hate towards none. That's the primary message of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishty Gharib Nawaz, that we have to extend, and we have to extend the open hospitality and extend the doors of hope and love towards the entire world. And in over 100 countries that I have represented in past years, we have shared this message of unconditional love, unity and harmony from India. And recently, about 2 months back, I was invited in Geneva at the United Nations initiative. On the 16th of May every year, UN has declared as the International Day of Living Together in Peace. So they invited me and conferred me as the ambassador of this International Day of Living Together in Peace, that is 16th of May. It is same as the 21st July International Yoga Day, which was initiated by India at the United Nations. And today, the world is celebrating the International Yoga Day. So in my acceptance speech in front of the United Nations officials and the Geneva University student, I said that it is welcoming step that Europe and United Nations Geneva is celebrating a day, which is 16th of May, as the International Day of Living Together in Peace. But the country, the nation that I come from, that I've been born and brought up, India, is a nation that we celebrate this day not only a single day in the year, but 365 days of the year in India. We celebrate living together in peace and harmony. I think that is the message that the Dargahs, the Sufi saints and the Sufi Bhakti traditions have been giving from centuries after centuries from India to the world. When we talk about the philosophy of Chishti order, which is Wahdatul Wujud, oneness of being, which is in similar line with the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya when he taught about Advaita and Vedanta, and which is also similar to the teachings of Hazrat Baba Guru Nanak when talked about Ek Onkara, Ek Noor. So this is what the essence of Indian spiritual traditions are, that we are all united in oneness, that one light, and the world has much to receive and learn from India when we talk about unity in diversity.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.